And we are live. And I gotta move that to about there we go. But like I was saying, we were gonna put a I was gonna put a well over there, right? Because it's right in the middle between my mother's house and my house.
Right.
And yeah, there's no, there was a well there before. It's already dried out. But dude, like not 100 yards over. Well, not even that. Like maybe 30. Found about pocket of water, a well, and that was, he said the water level's at 40, and he kept going and going and going and going. I think he hit about 75 feet, and so I mean, 75 feet. I mean, if we put about midway of that of a pump, that'd be good. But oh, I finally got my taxes in, but I'm only going to be able to get one of the things off my year. I want to buy this for YouTube stuff that I'd normally do at my tax time, because it's going to cost more for this well than we thought, which sucks, but
Yeah,
that's okay.
$100 a foot.
Ish. I think he's charging us about 75 a foot.
Yeah, once they get going over 20 feet deep, they get spendy fast.
Yeah. Well, around here for a well, it has to be, I think, 50 feet or deeper. That's the state minimum. But that's okay. I got me an area cleared off to use for my pistol. Well, and I guess you could say short range. I mean, I can get 25 yards out of this little spot. Good for, nothing big bore.
Right.
Or moving real fast, because, that's okay. That's why I'm building that rifle range on the other end, which is almost dry enough that I can get that. Well, I have to put that on hold now, too, see if I got the money for that. Until we get because we're paying about $200 and something to have city water pumped out to our house right now. That's a month.
Yeah, that's
so paying
spendy.
$3,000-$4,000 for a well. Shoot, and then and after it's done, it's good for a while. Just I would say less.
Try again.
Huh?
Said till a well goes again.
Well, that area around where it is, it usually stays pretty muddy, and so I mean it takes a lot. It's on the low end of the property. That's where all the water from up here runs down to. So, but no, just having it pumped out as far as we are out is just costing us more.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we use about $50 worth. No, about $150 worth. Between 4 people, and the rest of that's just having it the luxury of having it down here. And there's supposed to be a dumpster that comes out here, take our trash off. It doesn't come out here. I've complained about that. Well, it's on this day that it comes down there, and you got to take your trash all the way to the end of the road. I'm like, no, I was told it would come straight to my house where y'all put the dumpster. So I told them to come get that damn thing today, and they did.
Yeah, we've been fighting with our trash service here for the last month or so. They finally kind of started getting back to where they was coming around, but they didn't come dump the trash for 2 weeks.
Oh, good Lord. I'll be right back.
And said, hey, if you don't dump the trash this coming week, come get the dumpster.
All right. But no, that, believe it or not, that 200 that we could be spending on that shit, we could easily be throwing into shit around here. I mean, hell, that's half of my week's paycheck. One of my week's paychecks, man. I work 40 hours a week at $10 an hour. Get paid every single week, and that still eats up my money. Well, that, and also I'm having to building supplies. Oh my fucking! Oh, let's not even go there. Do you know how much a sheet of drywall is right now? I'm not talking about that waterproof stuff.
It's
just
pretty high.
Around me, $25 a sheet.
Holy crap!
Shitty shit. Yeah. So I mean, you get 4 of those, which ain't gonna cover shit in my house. Oh, well, it'll cover half, not even half a wall. There's $100. I mean, well, I have a feeling it's worse in Texas right now because I still hear about people down there that are still having to rebuild a whole bunch of shit because of that ice storm that came through like a month or so ago.
I don't doubt it.
Well, I mean, like, I think almost everybody's pipes exploded that was affected by it. And then when it started thawing, like an exploded pipe, half the people don't know where the shutoff valve is. That's just going to flood your place, and that's just disaster after disaster right there.
Yep.
One flooded, I know this from when I was still remodeling. One broken pipe in a bathroom could cost you upwards of $30,000 just to have if you didn't catch it within the first 5 minutes.
Here in my house, my pipes for the sink run right out this wall behind me where the fridge is at.
Yeah.
My water lines, both of them run hot and cold run right outside the wall. We had an issue with the gas company. They would not sign off on the furnace we had in here when they came and did their safety inspection because the guy that was doing it was kind of a prick. So we had to shut the gas off out here. Well, then winter come along, pipe busted. It flooded this house out on the floor had about 2 inches deep of water on it. But we got it cleaned out, got it aired out and dried out, and it didn't get warm enough to let the mold start growing. And that was one good thing about it happening in the wintertime. But I think Grandma's electric bill went up to $300 that month because we was running the fans and stuff in here. We really didn't put too much heat to it. We just ran the fans. Try to keep the mold going.
Yeah. That's the best. Also, bleach helps kill mold.
Yeah.
That works real good.
And the other thing that saved us is that the old tile floor that was in here, they never pulled that out when they put the carpet down. They just put the carpet down on top of it. So that kept it from getting into the concrete and the subfloor.
Yeah, that is a good saving grace there. I found this old beat up dresser, right?
Yeah.
Just sitting by the side of the road. I stuck it out here, just and the reason what I'm gonna do with it is make it my little casting area or grilling area, one of the two, and that's gonna be like I'm gonna redo it. Make it look nice anyway. And that just be area I can prepare food or something. So now make a little outdoor cooking area. I just don't know where I'm gonna put it yet because I've got a lot of stuff to do and not enough time to do it in because summer's right around the corner and that's when I'm gonna get the busiest.
Yep.
Oh, I think I told you. I know I told a few other people. I can't remember if I told you or not, but I loaded up some 777-45 Colts today.
Yeah.
I was getting weird ass strings with it. Like, I was sitting where this black walnut tree is and shooting at my new target. I was getting, and that's only about 7-10-ish yards in that area, maybe 12. And you figure, I have a cap and ball revolver, it would shoot high, right?
Yep.
Considering it's 3F and all that, all that jazz. It was just everywhere. Now, I mean, I had bought some 250 grain cap projectiles because, well, the guy was selling them for $10 for 45 code. I mean, I'm like, that's not too bad. I can do that. So I loaded it up like it was supposed to. They shot kind of nice. The 200 grains shot better, but then I just loaded up some with 2F GoX, and I was ringing steel at every single time.
Did you put a full case of the 777?
The 250, I used from all the load that I found. It was for 250. It was 30 grains. For the 200, it was supposed to be 35 grains. And that's what I loaded it with.
777 is just a real finicky powder. It's I don't want to mess with it. Just so touchy.
Well, it's funny, I loaded it into my cap and ball revolver and just shot with round balls.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was using 30 grains, 4.54 round ball. They were all about, I think about 180, 190 grains. Can't remember off the top of my head. I wrote it all down. It's in the book. I don't want to get my dope book. And I'd hit the target 4 out of 5 times. Oh, but what sucks is now I have to find a 200 grain conical mold to use my cap and ball revolver to go hunting now. And so I'm in the market for those. But air gun bullet mold. I'll get one of those. Sold out.
Yeah, Mark's been having trouble keeping in stock, but it's not his fault. It's Lee's trying to keep up on their end too.
Yeah, but I mean, when a product, I mean, he's selling for what? Around 70-ish bucks for a custom double cavity custom mold. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Especially considering the historical significance of it. So I mean, I don't know what his output cost is on them because I just don't know. But I mean, he's probably making enough to keep them, put some money away. He's probably making a little bit of a profit off it. I don't know about how much.
Making enough for him to justify keep doing it.
Yeah, that's why I still make rifle sheaths on custom orders. I mean,
seriously thinking about getting out of the leather business, and then all of a sudden everybody was ordering holsters, so that's why I stuck with it. I've got
Everyone,
fixed or done here next few days, but
hey, everyone was getting those Biden bucks, which, by the way, I still have not gotten.
I got mine right away.
I did it. Mine's in a check form. It's sent. So I'll get it by the time they issue and send out the next one.
Which I hear tell they're talking about sending a fourth one out.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. I'll get mine by that time. Maybe. Or I'll get it next year at next year's taxes. Like I did for both of these. That's why I'm able to was like, yeah, whoa, I'm actually getting extra money back this year.
Then the well goes to crap.
Yeah. Well, the well, we were saving up. I mean, if all he had to do is just go right there, it was going to be 15. But since he has to do another one, he has to add about 2,000 on it. I mean, hell, I mean, it's can't bitch about that. I mean, and I mean, we have to have it because I'm tired of paying the 200 a month or 200 and 250. Oh God. Since we don't no longer have that trash service that we never got to fucking use on the off there, it might go cheaper. Hell, I don't know. But no. But now it's starting to warm up. Everyone wanted. I did a poll not too long ago about to see what people want to see the mud test on, like I did with my Remington.
Mm-hmm.
And I labeled all the guns that I had at the time. That's black powder. And everyone wanted to see the sharps. So that's going to happen next as soon as well, if it stays about this temperature for a little, about another week, I'll get out and do it. I want to make sure it's going to be. I want to say, yeah, I want to do it. Then it rains. I want to do it. Then it gets out and cold. It's. You know what I mean?
It's outside right now. It'd be nice.
That's why I'm doing this outside. I mean, it's like 60 degrees outside with the light breeze blowing.
We're gonna hit about 90 this weekend. I was thinking about talked to Dad about going fishing this morning real early, but then I was up all night working on this project and I'm sewing on now, and we didn't get up, and he didn't mention anything when I got up this morning when he was fixing breakfast for everybody. So thought, yeah, I'll try it next week once I get all the holsters done.
Oh, I did. I had some cases that were a little messed up, and I went to an estate sale and found a old Lee case trimmer that you put in a drill.
Yeah.
And so I just cut that bad part off and trimmed it up and everything. And it was about the same size as 4440 case. I loaded up a few of those to my Remington, and they did pretty good. I mean, light recoil. But I think I was only able to put in 25 grains, 25, 30 grains with the 200, one of the Lee rounded flat tips. I probably could have compressed it a little bit more.
Right.
But it's just nice to know that if I ever want to shoot 4440, I can do it on Colt dies. Well, if I used Colt brass to make the case. Well, the center fire, the rim fire, what?
I almost I went down to the gun store yesterday because I went and got my hair cut.
Yeah.
My mom drove me up there because I don't like driving up in that town, and we come back out by and just happened to come by that one gun store that I like to go to. And I told her, I said, well, Bings, we're on this road. Just stop in and we'll take a look, see what they got. He had one of the new, I got to handle one of the Model 3 First Model Americans, the number 3 First Model American that Cimarron's got out. It was a shorter barrel than I would like, but got to handle that. Oh, it felt much better than a Schofield did.
Really?
Then they had a couple 72 open tops. They had a Richards Mason from Cimarron, the one that's got the old loading lever port still there.
Yeah.
And then they had a couple 45 Colts and 45 or 44 40s, just your 73 single actions. And then they had a old Iver Johnson that looks like a Smith and Wesson. In fact, I think it's the exact same mechanism as Smith and Wesson, but it's Iver Johnson. But it was a wall hanger. It was pretty busted up. I was gonna buy it because they wanted $90 for it, and I thought, I could probably find some parts for that to fix it up. The only thing wrong with it was a couple springs, and then the ejector rod was broke. But then they said, no, it was made in 1902, so we got to do a background check, but it's a 4-day wait. And I was like, crap. I think I'll just come back and see if you got it after things kind of slow down a bit.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about getting another Colt cap and ball revolver or just getting a Heritage Rough Rider. So, I mean, it's a kind of a Colt clone.
It's kind of a half breed between a Remington and a Colt.
Yeah, it's
got Remington lockwork, but it's got the Colt look.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a nice little squirrel pistol.
I have one, and like I said, I got one that was from the early days, and it wasn't all that great. It's kind of like my Henry 22. It's one of the ones from when they kind of first got started under the Henry label, and I didn't really work all that well.
You wasn't too impressed, to say the least.
Now, the Henry shot good. It still shoots good when it works, but the thing of it is it's prone to jamming quite often.
Well, I've been talking and watching Dusty Britch's videos.
Yeah.
Maybe he just got the cream of the crop, but I mean they seem like they're a lot more reliable now.
Yeah, their reviews have been getting better, but and see the one I got the one that had the 22 mag cylinder in it. And that's what my dad, because I traded it to him for my Model 94. He uses a 22 mag cylinder in it, and that 22 Magnum through it is really accurate. 22 long rifle ain't so much.
Well, I got a 22 Magnum rifle. I mean, that I use for squirrels. Good headshot on them. I mean, they're done. They're not, and it seems like they're more. Got a little bit more poop to them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's still a 22, but I mean, it also seems like I don't have as much failure to fire as out of a 22 long rifle.
Yeah, they take their time a little bit more with the Magnum loads, it seems.
And so I've always wanted a rifle and a pistol in the same cartridge. I mean, hell, why not 22 Magnum? I mean, I have a rifle. I mean, it expands pretty good. I mean, it would let me to do a good comparison test, against a rifle versus a pistol. which
Right.
I've been wanting to do, but I was starting because me getting a lever action in any kind of caliber is not happening for a little while.
Right.
Not unless someone lets me borrow one for to do that. Which I've thought about, asking some people I know that have them, but none of them have them in either 38 or 45.
I've been thinking about a 66 Yellow Boy too, but I haven't been able to find one on the shelf. But I'm thinking about I've got a few more holsters that I've got that are on order. I was thinking if I can get a few of them and then sell a few more, I might go back and get one of those 72 open tops.
Okay. Okay, it's something weird here. I don't know if it's a state law or whatever, but sometimes you do on those open tops here, you don't have to do a background check. Sometimes you do, though.
Probably the gun store doesn't know what the hell they're doing.
Well, no, I'm talking about this was, what was it? My local shop required a background check, but I went to this big box realtor, like I think it was a Dick's Sporting Goods. They had one. Said, "Oh no, you can leave with that today. It falls underneath the Antique Firearm Act." I'm like,
they probably wouldn't know the difference between a cartridge and a black powder just looking at them because they ain't trained on those. They're all modern guns that they're trained on.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, on the barrel, I can't remember what brand it was. I know there's like 2 or 3 different companies making them, if I'm not mistaken. I think Uberti has one, and Cimarron. If I'm not mistaken, I think I'm wrong. But it said on the barrel black powder only. So maybe that was what was throwing them off.
When I bought my sharps, the guy that was selling it to me told me, he's like, "Oh, because mine says black powder only on it, but it's black powder cartridge." And he looked there, he says, "Oh, it's black powder only." He says, "You can walk out of that without having to do the background check." Went to hand it to me, but the supervisor that was there, and I know him, he does cowboy action. He's like, no. He says that has to have a background check done.
Well, I mean, I even asked for a supervisor, I got one. He says, "Oh no, that's just because it falls underneath the Antique Firearm Act, because it's a reproduction of one that was made before the cutoff date." I'm like, "But it shoots centerfire cartridges." I wasn't able to buy it. I mean, I think it was like 400 and something bucks.
Yeah, there's a thing. I don't know where I remember where I seen it at, but guy tried to buy one of the Ruger old Army model black powders.
Yeah.
And they made him fill out a background check because even though that's cap and ball, that's a modern design. So they said, well, it doesn't fall into that antique credentials. It was considered a modern firearm.
Well, here, the law, what qualifies as an antique can be blurred big time, because state law, if it has a 209 or center primer and it's for black powder. Now, this is just for black powder. If it has a 209 primer, it is a modern hunting rifle.
Right.
Or pistol. If it has a musket, number 11 or number 10, it is considered an antique. So,
yeah, laws are just they just do nothing more than confuse people.
yeah, I was going to build me a Sharps carbine, that took cartridges. 'Cause I actually have my gunsmithing license and everything, and I'd call, I think it was Dixie Gunworks, and say, gave them all my information and everything, and see what it was going to be. And I had my FFL all ready to go and everything. He was going to charge me $10 to do all the work, even though it said the receiver was in stock. They were out of stock. I'm like, but it's
Yeah,
I'm literally,
I just don't mess with Dixie.
well, that was like, well, good thing I didn't buy it.
Yeah. Might have been waiting a while.
Well, no, not just that. I mean, the well came up, and there went that sharps.
Yep.
So I mean, I think it was $1,000 for just the receiver, but I was getting it in 5460 cartridges. I mean, I was gonna have to make my own brass out of it, but think about it. That's a 16 gauge shell, if I'm not mistaken, for 54 caliber.
Be pretty close.
I'd probably get. Yeah, it's a 16 gauge brass shell, and then cut in size to fit it better. But I mean, I was gonna have to pay that $1,000, and well, actually, what's funny is I have a friend that lives not 2 miles down the road that already loads 5460 to hunt with out of his sharps. So he already has the dies and everything, and he was going to show me how to do all that stuff. But he goes hunts hogs with his sharps.
Right.
So, well, I just thought it'd be, kind of nice just be able to take that barrel off, put that new receiver on, have that old receiver. Something goes wrong with the cartridge receiver, I could just throw that other one back on real quick and still have a sharps. Do you know a sharp? I don't know if it's the same way in your area as it is in mine, but a sharps is considered a modern hunting rifle.
Yeah, it falls for hunting season. Yeah, it falls under as a modern. So yeah, you can't use it during muzzleloader season.
Nope, because it's a breech loader.
But you can use in Colorado. You can use a 209 primer as long as you're shooting round ball only. Actually, no, I think they can do conicals now, but I know that the Sabot loads are not allowed.
Well, I'm sorry, but the Sabots do leave too much trash everywhere. There was, I can't remember what group it was on Facebook. Someone was asking who cast their 50 caliber bullets for their muzzleloaders. I'm like, 1, I do. 2, I get the Lee real bullet because out of mine it's the most accurate. The rifle ingrained at loading bullet. Well, just out of my CVA and my night when it still had rifling. It shot very accurately. Now, I can still use the 50 caliber as a slug, but I have to put some patching around it. But also round ball is accurate at mine too. So, but I told him, said, look, check your local laws. Because if you're out there hunting with a conical and you're not allowed to hunt with a conical, have an inline, that you are in some deep doo-doo. Which, one guy got caught out here shooting, because apparently they changed the law last year, and just didn't know about it, because I didn't even get to go hunting last year. so I didn't pick up a hunting book. There was a guy here hunting deers with 44 caliber round balls, and he got fined $500 for it. But for God, as long as they allowed you to hunt with pistols, you were able to use a round ball.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, there was someone that didn't know, just bought it, didn't sight it in, and all that stuff. Shooting out there, shooting deers in the ass with the round ball. So I mean, like, what the hell? So they changed it where you have to have a conical. But if you still shoot a deer in the ass with a conical, all you're going to do is hurt it. And it's going to run off. So with a piece of lead in its ass.
I'll never forget, I went to a store up in Pierre, South Dakota. And the old guy that was there, I was sitting there looking for a Hawken rifle, and I was looking to buy Pyrodex, and boy, he started off, oh, that Pyrodex is too goddamn powerful. Then he commenced to tell me how he'd killed more deer with a 36 Navy and blowed their head completely off worse than a 44 Magnum would do. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, you never fired a 36 Navy in your life if that's the way you're describing it.
You know, a 36 out of a rifle might drop a deer pretty, you know.
Well, 36 caliber 51 Navy is shooting probably more similar to 380 than he was describing a 500 limb bomb.
Well, I guess it would depend on your load because the original 1851 Navy probably shoots closer to 308, but I think the one that they bumped up from like the 301, the 31 caliber, the belt pocket, I think shoots closer to 32 ACP. And I think both of those are with round ball, not conical.
Yeah,
that the snubby police model.
Right.
Which I've always wondered if you could put a Navy barrel on that.
Nope.
You can't.
No, because it's still got 49 pocket model dimensions. It's just that they belted the cylinder and bored out the barrel a little bigger.
Okay, well, since I got you on here, one of my uncles bought a cap and ball revolver, right?
Yeah.
It was a 1860 model, right? But it came with an octagonal barrel. And he was wondering...
It's not 1860, it's 51 Navy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's two pistols together. It's like the 44 Yank, like the barrel came off of a brass frame.
Yeah.
And then the back end was an 1860 model that was just smushed together. I mean, it shoots nice. I mean, me and him went to a competition, and he got pretty good with. I mean, he plays pretty good. He had problems shooting clay pigeons with it. Out at like 25 yards, but I mean, name someone that doesn't have problems shooting clay pigeons at 25 yards with any kind of pistol.
I can usually hit 2 to 3 out of 5.
Yeah. But I mean, so he was just wondering if he could get the front part of it and stick it on there. And I'm like, maybe. I mean, it's an 1860 frame. Only thing that's wrong with it is the barrel. I mean, if not, I mean, the worst thing you can do, I mean, is buy the back end of and have two pair of dual pair of 44 Colts or 44. 44 Colts when you're out hunting. That way you can have 10 shots on your belt.
Yeah.
Oh, and they also changed the length of barrel for single shots. It now has to be 9 inches for anything above 44 caliber.
Yeah, in Colorado, they don't let you hunt with pistols out here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, mine was, I think mine's 8.5. So, with the way they do it,
using I know you can't use a repeating pistol for sure on big game, but you can use they don't tell you that you can't use a Navy for like hunting rabbits and squirrels and small game. So I thought about trying to take my Navy out and see if I get a couple squirrel or a couple rabbits.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is when I went hunting this last year, all the rabbits were in the rocks, and I didn't really like the idea of a round ball bouncing back at me.
Yeah. And that's, that's why I kind of have, I don't know, it will show in the video that I'm going to do after I get it done, but all my targets are at an angle, and most of them are spinners, except the one that I have set up for like 2-liter bottles. Because I want to. Oh, I found a sizing guide for my 45 Colt. Just the bullet part of it. Just the size of the bullet, the aluminum sizer thing for it.
Yeah.
At a gun show. Guy wanted $5 for it. You know what was wrong with it?
Lots.
No. It needed a new bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the handle. That's all it needed. Because he, I guess, had it stored up and just like $5, and if you can fix it, you can keep. $5. That's all I want for it. Okay. Well, I mean, also it could use some paint, but I mean, but it sizes my 454 or 454 down to 452. So, and if I run them in partially backwards, not completely size them, I can load them into my cap and ball cylinder pretty easily, which is nice. Well, I gotta see how well they shoot before I try taking them out hunting. So right. I can do if I can do that, save myself some time, right? And money.
Yeah, save you a little bit.
Yeah. Do you know what's the hardest thing to find right now?
Everything.
Well, I'm talking about, every freaking thing. I was lucky and found a pound of 777.
I went to one of my local gun stores the other day, and they had powder in stock. Not the common one that I would use for reloading with, but they had some powder. I think they had a pound of clays in, which that didn't last very long after I walked in the door. Somebody else come in and took it. But primers, they said they're back ordered 6-7 months on primers for their order.
See, I was smart. I bought, when I first got my reloading stuff, it's been a while. I mean, you can go back and look at my, I think I made a video about it. It says I got hit by a car. Well, like a couple months later after that, I got a payment from the car insurance people. I bought probably about 25 pounds of black powder, half 2F, half 3F, which I'm not even low on that stuff yet. But like 20, I think I bought the store out of large pistol primers, and I'm not even. I'm still on my first brick of 1,000 on that.
I went
But
looking, cleaning my house the other day because I'm trying to get ready to move and stuff, and I'm finding more and more reloading stuff that I've bought that I forgot I had bought, stashed away.
Oh, if you come across the 45 caliber hollow point mo, let me know.
I don't have any of them, but I've got plenty of primers and plenty of powder.
Oh, no, I want to find one of those. Which I cannot. I don't know if they just don't make them anymore or what. I was talking to somebody about having one special made. You know. But if I was going to have a mold special made, I'd make it to shoot both out of a cap and ball or a cartridge.
Yeah. Well, this thing is going to be a pain.
I was also going to get me one of those Capomatic things. Because I hate to say it, but it seems like where I live, percussion caps do not live long.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I haven't seen them around here for a while either.
Oh, no, I'm talking about like as soon as I open that little tin, I better have a lot of shooting planned. Because they do not last more than a couple months. I guess it's just very humid where I live, or wet weather. I don't know.
Get you a 50 caliber ammo can that's got the rubber seal in it, or a 30 cal that's got the rubber seal in it, and lock them in there.
Okay. Well, I got one of those plastic ones. I've got a plastic one that I keep inside of an old camp, like small trailer thing that's got the rubber seals and stuff on it. Like it's one of those fridges. It's got. I mean, it's completely sealed, but it seems like as soon as I open them, I better use them all up, or stick one of those draw the moisture out little packets.
Yeah, they come in the beef jerky.
Yeah, I better put one of those in there, or else that tin is done.
I keep all my primers in a 50 caliber ammo can. I threw a couple of those packets out of a beef jerky bag in there with them.
What I find funny though is my sharp percussion caps don't do that. It's just like the number 11 and number 10s.
They're the same brand?
Well, one's Remington because they were the cheapest. And then I normally get CCI, and then for my musket caps, I get RWS because they're the hottest ones I've found, and I usually don't have a misfire from it.
Well, CCI, I ain't a big fan of their caps anyway.
But that's all I can find. That's all. I mean, I'll have to, I have to get them. I mean, there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If I need them, I have to get them. That's why I was thinking about getting this Capomatic. Because I've seen a lot of people, buy them and use them. They work. I seen someone take a drill press and make freaking caps out of it. Took some like aluminum cans.
Yeah.
And just used the press to poke it through a hole. A piece of wood that was the size that he needed for his caps, and just doop down, no spinning or nothing, just pushed it down, then primed it and shot it. Worked good on his rifle and his Colt. I don't know how well they'd work on a Remington. I mean, but if I ever run out musket caps, I can just make those out of a freaking 22 shell. I can just cut it down to the size I need and fill it full of priming powder. Just pop. It works pretty good. I've got a bunch of. I found in my yard a whole bunch of old 22s that have been in the ground, right? And they're lead, the lead tip. So I've been. Let's just say I've got about one of those. Was it Lee? What is it? Wait. Oh, it's gonna be shaky camera for a second. Let's drop my lighter. What is it? A Lee Magnum melter. I've got about a fourth full just of that 22 tips. And I haven't got them all in there yet. Oh, crap. And I was just literally raking my yard and found them.
Huh.
I did see if they worked first, you know. You know, if they worked, that's 22 bullets. That's free. Hey, that's free ammo.
Yep.
At least free planking ammo. Oh, that doesn't work. So, just taking a pair of pliers. Boop. Drop them into pouring the powder out. Drop them into a 5-gallon bucket of water. You know, with what is it? Some kind of chemical to help dissolve like powdery stuff. I guess. And then my local sheriff came around and asked if he knew anyone that shot 45 Colt. I'm like, well, I do. You know, he says, well, I got a few dozen empty cases from like a historical shoot we were doing, showing the history of our department and, you know, showing off our guns, you know, and letting some people shoot the old single action armies that we used to carry. I'm like, okay. Like, would you want them? I said, how much? He said, oh, just if you just take them off us, that'll be greatly appreciated. I'm like, sure.
Huh.
Like, I'll be out tomorrow. What I expect was a 5-gallon bucket full of the damn things. So I went from brass pour to, what am I going to do with all you?
Send them to me.
Well, I got to make sure, you know, I still haven't gone through them. I'll make sure, you know, they're all still shootable because I ain't going to send you any, you know, messed up brass. That'd just be irresponsible.
Hell, if they ain't any good, I'll melt them down. I got a buddy that makes flintlock trigger guards and stuff, the old brass style trigger guards. That's what he does is he takes old brass that ain't worth a damn and melts it down and casts it.
I've been thinking about making me a little forge and doing that, you know, but getting like maybe like aluminum plates and stuff, you know, taking like soda cans, melting that down and making like plates and stuff. Because I mean that's easy work. That's easy to do.
Yeah.
Just make some, you know, some camping, just camping stuff, you know. But for a small little forge, like foundry like that, that's expensive.
You can make them pretty cheap.
Yeah, you can. I've got most of the stuff to do it. It's just I was gonna buy one.
All you gotta do is take propane bottle, cut the top off, cut a hole in the bottom for your burner to go in. Make sure you line it with that forge wool. Just put some of that in there, that heat resistant stuff, and you got a foundry.
Yeah. Well, about what time are you going to start your live stream tonight, man?
Probably 8:30.
All right. Well, I'm going to get off here because my phone just let me know it's low battery.
All right. Well, we'll catch you later.
Yeah, just hit me up when you want to do yours.
Sure thing.
All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.
Yep. All right.